Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining me from. You're welcome to my channel. This is Heaven's View and Word for Word Talk, depending on where you're watching from. Once again, to please consider to subscribe, like, and share. Click on the notification button so that when we're on, you will be notified. Thank you once again for joining my channel. I have some discussion about the coronation. If you've not watched other videos that I have posted, please take time to watch them. You will be so much educated about the coronation, what to expect, what goes on, and so on and so forth. Right now, the United Kingdom is, all gearing up for the big day, the 6th of May, where King Charles will be crowned as the King of England. And also, the Queen Consort, Camilla, will also be crowned as Queen beside him. That's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Well, that depends on who you ask. If you love the royal family and you love all the stories that comes from the palace and all the controversies that come with it, yes, of course, you will be sitting in front of your television and having a very, very good time, perhaps with tea and some cookies or some biscuit, like they say in the United Kingdom. So you might be enjoying your time as you watch the royal family being crowned. But if you're not, and if you don't want them to rule over you, or you don't want them to be king and queen, or you don't even want the monarch anymore in the United Kingdom, you're going to have a different view and different mindset. Perhaps not even have time to watch. Perhaps you just go and protect. That is the next thing I want to talk to you about. There are people who just feel, no, are they on that day, the 6th of May, we're going to protest as much as we can that we don't want you as a king. You're not going to be a king over me. You are not my king. And so on and so forth. They have their reasons. You say, why? Because they felt the cost of living in the United Kingdom is so high. You have the poor, the vulnerable children, they're there, and now you want to spend so much millions of pounds to live your lavish life and be crowned as king. And we don't even elect you, so we don't want you as our king. Well, and some feel, well, we are Republican, they are the Republican. We don't want this. We want them to just, go away. We don't want them as royals anymore. Why do you have to enjoy the wealth of the United Kingdom? Why do you have to enjoy the wealth of the taxpayers? The taxpayer money goes to you every year. And what are you doing for the country? They say. But we've learned that the royal family bring in billions to the United Kingdom because of what they do around the country and around the world. So let's hear from the horse's mouth what they think about the royal family. So come with me and let's see and hear and listen to these ones who feel, no, we don't want the royal family anymore. Yes, not my king. So let's listen.
What we need.
As Britain prepares for its first coronation since 1953.
A new monarch, a different flag. Britain is buzzing with all things coronation.
The state of the monarchy has come into renewed focus. With this focus, an opportunity for Republicans to convert more people to their constitutional cause.
Hello, would you vote for Charles? Would you vote for Charles?
Pollsters point to a growing generational divide, with young people increasingly likely to harbour Republican views.
Just nobody needs these people, and we're literally burning money that we don't have and can't afford to throw away.
But at this anti-monarchy event in London, youth seemed in short supply.
Do you think that republicanism in the UK is a growing movement?
Sadly not. There are lots of Republicans who just kind of sigh and keep their heads down.
The way they carry on these days, the royal family, I think that has dented their reputation quite considerably.
The idea of spending that much taxpayer money on pomps and ceremonies, doesn't really make any sense.
Why is it this one that appeals to you? Or do you attend a number of different...
It's my dad's event. So
right, you're the wrong person to ask.
Graham Smith is the CEO of Republic, Britain's biggest anti-monarchy pressure group.
Is there a typical anti-monarchist?
I don't think there is a typical anti-monarchist. We see people of all ages. We see people of all political stripes as well. I mean, there are Conservative voters within our membership. The indifferent and the apathetic, that's the largest party by a long way. It's about saying, look, this isn't radical. It's just about democratic reform. And what we say and the way we view the monarchy and democracy actually fits with most people's values, and the monarchy doesn't.
How big of a moment is this for the Republican movement in the UK?
I think there is a wider cultural shift which we are fitting into, and it is making the ground much more fertile for us to expand, and I think that is starting to happen. I think the coronation and people seeing that big protest will boost that enormously.
Despite public support for the monarchy seemingly low, I wanted to see if that was reflected on the streets.
Pretty sure, judging by the picture in the window, it's this one. You've been expecting me?
I have been expecting you. Yeah, I saw from the
Hi, Danny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'll just get used to us, really.
In Bristol, a regional Republic offshoot is preparing for an evening's canvassing.
This is our first one, so we're very excited, but we want to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible.
Okay.
So we've got leaflets, there's scan codes in there.
Shall I scan it? Let's see.
Yes, please, yeah.
Here we go.
There we go.
Let the public vote for the future of the monarchy. 12,000 people have signed this petition.
Yes.
How many are you aiming for?
Over 100,000.
Okay, well, you know, so you've got to start somewhere, I suppose.
Exactly. We also have the polling station. So we'll be asking people, do you want Charles or a choice? I've already cast my vote.
Why is it a Union Jack? Why is that important?
Because I'm a teacher as well. You see with the biased content, we're conditioned to believe that the monarchy is Britain, Britain is the monarchy. Royalists say that we're anti-patriotic, when actually they're the ones defending a man worth almost £2 billion who wasn't elected, and we're saying Britain needs to be fairer, we need to have a vote.
This is an act of patriotism, then?
Yes, I believe so.
Why is this issue so important to you?
I've seen the effects of all the cuts, and I work with some of the most vulnerable children in the city. Children who are constantly sick because they can't put the heating on at home or they can't afford a jacket. Children who live off food banks. I grew up on benefits. We're always made to feel like leeches. And yet I turn on the TV and there's a family being given millions of pounds, so secretive, full of scandal, and yet we're supposed to say, God save the King, God save the Queen. It just seems wrong.
As a teacher now, are you concerned at all about putting your head above the parapet?
There are risks. But it's my professional duty to stay neutral, so I don't criticise what I'm given in front of the children. And actually, if we don't do it, who will do it?
Down with the monarchy! A federal republic is what we need!
I just don't want people to be mean to us. Kind words only, everybody.
Kind words only, please.
Would you vote for Charles?
Would you vote for Charles?
Hey, vote for him?
Yeah.
Would you? No.
What brought you down here today?
I find it a little bit upsetting for a reported net worth of 1.5 billion, and yet we got to fit the bill for the coronation.
Would you like a leaflet? No.
How are you getting on?
Brilliant.
Yeah?
I have a bit of anti-monarchy.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you're having a time of your life.
They're wasting money, aren't they? Nobody really likes Charles, do they? What is he? He's just a spoiled brat like they all are, really.
You used to do well, it's up to you. So Charles or a choice? We've had a few neutral people, but... Oh no, a choice, 100%.
Where are you going to put the sticker?
Maybe here.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Close to the heart.
We had one angry person, told us to get a job.
So if you take this, there is a Republic website on here as well. You can go there.
I mean, if you can't sell it here, where can you sell it, eh?
Would you vote for Charles? Good.
Would you stand around in Bristol on a rainy afternoon and campaign for this cause?
Yeah.
You could get a few more of these and start handing them out as well. Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm going to a jobbing.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, should I vote?
Do you support the campaign for British people to get rid of the king?
I have no idea what they think about this.
Okay.
I'm from Poland, so we don't have king, so he's not my king.
Okay, no, that's fair enough.
Maybe it's a part of British tradition, well, how to be a British, you have to have a king, maybe.
Maybe.
I've
voted for decades like you.
It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You can choose whatever you like.
Yes. Married girl choice.
Perfect. See, we've got our first heckle.
I think everyone saw that.
I hate to see like all these homeless people on the street, and then people who are at the top just stay at the top. Our lives aren't getting any better, and we're still paying money to make the most comfortable people more comfortable. Something's going wrong.
That's good. Right, so we come to the end of the session. Age-wise, I noticed sort of young people were more willing to speak to us. Is that what you noticed as well, or?
People think Republic, they think of the American system.
Yes, they think of the Republicans.
So we're talking about ceremonial role, but for a fraction of the price, and elected by the people. So
that's true, that's true.
And seize the assets.
These activists might have found their message was easier to sell to Bristol's younger voters. But what struck me was that that generation seemed to see constitutional reform not as a solitary goal, but as one aspect of a much wider issue. In Oxford, students are preparing to mark the coronation by holding their own local event.
Hello? I thought like this looked like royal blue, but I thought another blue. And then some gold paint. I don't know how well these like cheapy paints will hold to the fabric, but we can see I've got somewhere I've got those are the caps. And then just loads of black acrylic.
You're busy.
Make sure you spell it correctly.
Oh, that's an A.
Is republicanism your main thing, or is this a side practice?
We're pretty much all like local activists. I have been involved with progressive activism since I was 15. I used to like work on a lot of climate activism. I've been working with No More Rules for a while on like anti-monarchy stuff. And it's not about like, oh, I don't like Charles because he's rich. I genuinely could not care less about him and his personal life. But I do care about like how we set up our systems. Like I'm a politics student, and
For sure.
and what we learn about is how like the structure of our politics influences the policies. If we had a constitution in the UK, then we could better protect against all of those issues like the climate crisis, like the cost of living crisis, because they would be embedded in an actual democratic system rather than just like a system of weird archaic norms. There you go, that's the palace.
Yeah.
There she is, beauty.
I mean, that's not bad. Republic, obviously, the big group. What's different about you?
No More Royals is far more radical, almost completely youth-based, and has a real emphasis on like queerness and rebellion. Republic is purely about republicanism.
What to you is the significance of the Union Jack in your protests?
This flag is associated with centuries of colonialism, of slavery, of like a genuinely horrific history associated with Britain. Some people want to reclaim the flag. Some people don't want to be associated with this flag at all and just think like there's no way you can take away the associations that people have with it.
I am high as a kite.
Yeah, I think we probably could have done this outside, but you live and you learn. I think we've done a pretty good job.
What is your expectation for the coronation day?
Effectively, what we're doing is putting on a community event, but it will also be a protest, and using it as an opportunity not to piss people off, but to connect with people, to provide them with music and food, and just like chat about what we want for this country and even just for our local community. But also a really, really big priority for me on that day is raising as much money as we possibly can for local homelessness charities. You know, if Charles changes his mind or whatever, he has a bit of a freak out, that'd be great.
Maybe... How likely do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean, you can dream.
Republicanism in the UK seems to be in a better place now than it was at most points during the Queen's long reign, with people of different allegiances and backgrounds finding unity in support of a common cause.
Hi, nice to meet you.
But the various groups fighting for it hint at wildly different visions of what a post-monarchical Britain might look like, surely the sign of true democracy. New protest laws have been put in place ahead of the coronation, with protest groups receiving official warning letters. Such moves certainly give the impression of a monarchy not fully comfortable with its subjects.
So we see what exactly is going on in the United Kingdom. The people there, that some of them that, you know, we don't want you as king. We don't, the Union Jack, we're gonna, you know, just it reminds them that this was slavery. It reminds them of slavery, colonialism, you know, oppression. So what do you think about what you heard from them. You think, okay, it's true, let them just keep talking to people. Perhaps in the next few years, they might be able to convince the whole of the United Kingdom to say no to the monarchy. So let me know what your thoughts are. I believe somehow for them, they have their reason for doing what they do. They feel, we want this to change, not just for us, but for those who are on the street, for those who are suffering. I don't hate you as a person, but I don't want what you represent anymore. I don't want the money from the taxpayer going to you instead of going to those who really need them. Like we know, King Charles is one of the richest even in the world, with all that was left for him when Queen Elizabeth died a few months ago. But that's not my position to decide what, but I want to hear from you what you think about the royal family and the Republican that are trying to just say convert people or convince people to join their movement so that they can, come to the point where the royal family will be no more in the UK. So let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and also click the like button. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you.